Alright. So these guys land Misty. Good to know. God, POI. That's an easy rotation for them, to be honest. So if I'm them in this situation, I'm looking to loot early, and I'm looking to jump in my car, probably control this hill, or this bridge, or on top of here, or if I really need to, up here. But basically, like, drive up this way and look for a spot there to start controlling people on the map. Can anyone tell me anything about these guys? Because I know nothing about them. Creative players might be full height. Germans. Ah, it's German. There we go. Tells me a lot about them already. Holy shit! Look at, bro. Are they aware this is FNCS finals? Why on that map would you rotate through Caddy and Retail as opposed to rotating through Old Hunter's Haven area where there won't be people? Because I'm trying to set up for second zone. So if I go through here, if zone pulls far, that's the most difficult rotation I can make because I'm rotating through people. I'm going to be going through people trying to make that same rotation as me on congested side. If I go through here, yes, I might have to build a bit going through this way, like build off Caddy, build off Weather. That's fine, I'll build them off. But I'm at dead side, and the worst zone for me is back into congested side, and rotating to congested side from dead side is much easier. It's not about predicting, it's about mitigating worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is rotating to far zone with everyone. If you rotate to Hunters here, and then next zone pulls to here, you're rotating with everyone. If you rotate around to here, and the second zone pulls here, you should be relatively free, should be relatively isolated to make the next rotation, and you should also be pre-set up to hit a couple surge tags on the way. Alright, so second zone, so there you go. Imagine you set yourself up on Spire like I said. Hey, I know I'm being like, hey, look what I said. But what I'm trying to get at, if I rotate, there you go. Do you want to be in Hunter's Haven now? I don't want to say I told you so, but that's why you don't want to be in Hunter's Haven, right? If you rotate into this, good luck making this rotation without struggling. First zone should be about isolation, second zone should be about surge. But within isolation, you want to try and put yourself in a powerful position. So if they rotate through here, they might take a bit of fire, build them off, get to Spire, refarm, and from here, you shoot at every single person who rotates next to you. You should be fine on surge. And you're also isolated. And zone 3 rotation becomes easy. Again, it's all about mitigating worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is far zone pull. You want to make sure that's as easy as possible. Easy as possible means no one around you. Again, we've got another scenario where a team's killed people mid-game or off spawn and their surge is sorted. So, but you see, if you're set up on Spire there, despite it being isolated at the time, if you have all of that to shoot out onto, you're going to get surge. You're going to get surge, no worries. So even if you had 0 tags, as you sit up there, at probably around like a couple minutes into first, as it's closing, or basically as second starts to appear, if you sit up there then, you're going to get your surge, no worries. Like, you shouldn't have any issues. But I just don't feel they should be in these scenarios where they're worried about anyone at any point because they've had 2 perfect zones and they're fought. So they're just playing hard isolation, which I understand, but I'm also of the opinion that you should never play edge third. Edge third is really dangerous because if it does pull far, this is the zone where everyone is super congested and lobby focuses happen in 4th zone. Generally, apart from half-half, lobby focuses happen in 4th zone way more than any other zone. So that exactly. Fuck. This game has been so good. This game's been so good for illustrating my points. If you get this zone from where they are, that's worst case scenario. The only saving grace for them is that they're on dead side and that they can make that rotation really, really easily. I got to be honest, actually. The other saving grace is that these guys also have to move. If zone pulled down here, I think they're dead because these guys are already in zone and they've got to make that rotation. Rotation's a little bit easier, but at least the majority of the player base has to rotate in as well. Nice little headshot bow. But yeah, in my opinion, you should never sit edge third if you have the opportunity to at least make some sort of rotation in. I'm also, I got to be honest, in those sorts of scenarios there as well, I'd just be ramping that team. Like, I don't want to have the possibility of taking more damage from another team as I'm rotating around them. They're on edge, we're on edge, I want to alpha that team. I'm not taking any shit from them. get over the top of them. All right, so max distance pull, keeping the builds out in a laggy lobby, always good practice. So essentially just making sure that you don't have to have the input delay and laggy delay of pulling your builds out, then putting them down. You've got your builds out. The only delay you have is the actual delay of clicking your mouse. All right, so how are they fixing going into first moving? It's 116 builds for Pizza, 44 builds for Fight. It looked like he took a little bit of a fall down there, and then 96 Fighter. So they're actually in a pretty good position going into late game. And a worst case scenario happens. So, now, someone was asking me, why would you want to catalog that? This is, again, perfect example. Thank God this game exists, because I'm getting all of my points backed up again and again and again. This is the exact scenario I was talking about, where half-half, and then first moving positioning dependent on half-half, completely dictates the timing that you should be making your rotations from. Okay, so look at this, and again, this distribution is completely due to the fact of what first zone looked like, second zone looked like, third zone, fourth zone looked like. Honestly, you should be able to see it as well. You're going to have yourself pretty isolated up north here. If they can recognize that they haven't pulled first moving, but a lot of the lobby has, their timing and the way they rotate it will be entirely different. Playing high on a first moving rotation is a really good idea. Playing low, it completely negates the ability to move between layers of your choosing. If you play along low ground, say you can't go below here. If you play along low ground and you start getting pressured from above, the only answer you have is to move up. And that can be really dangerous. If you're playing, say that's the ground, if you're playing at a level here and you keep on moving up, then dropping down and moving up, if you're nice and mobile between layers, but your first instinct is to play high, you're going to find the rotations much more consistent. Essentially, you've just got more options to cut lines of sight. It's like on first moving and half-half rotations. It works really well for half-half as well. Staying high, it just gives, like I said, it just gives you more options to cut line of sight from. I want to watch this. The only reason being is because this guy gets like a bunch of kills here. But I want to see how he gets so many kills on height. Is it literally just from spraying and getting a little bit of RNG going his way? Nice desync. I have no idea. I assume he went down there and tried to kill that guy with his shotgun. Gets another with his AR. Nice being confident to get in there. It's only Siphon, but Siphon mats can make all the difference. So it seems to just be... This was when Freemock was just going off, right? Oh. That's the God shot. Holy shit. Oh my god, God timing on the refresh, on the health refresh too. Honestly, there's a bit of a combo between both, but I mean, like, he fragged out late game there, that's for sure. Got a couple of, that shot on Freemock was actually crazy. So he obviously finishes this up. South sprays down, gets the kill on him, and then don't think he gets anything more, right? No, they just play the... Oh no, he gets the kill on Storm. Gets the kill on Slender as well. Bloody hell.